Why are you crying, Mommy?
I want your house.
You want your house? I know, baby. We'll get another house, okay?
It's scary to think that the rest of your whole entire life can be affected by something that happened in the day. We live in Fritch. Monday night, we drove back home. It was a normal day. We're all tired. We drove through about a mile of smoke. We woke up the next morning, and like I said, there was smoke everywhere, and we were just kind of eyeballing it. There was nothing online, and just as a precaution, we went to my grandparents' house because they live right off the main highway in town. I told my wife, here's a bag, throw a couple sets of clothes in there. Everybody had a couple outfits. I grabbed some important paperwork just in case. And you start getting, like I said, all these emergency notifications on your phone about the fires growing. We got a notification that there's a river, the Canadian River, and the fire had jumped that river. And I guess that's kind of what was stopping it, the town from being in danger. The next morning we got up early because we wanted to find a road back into town. We wanted to know what was left of our house. Driving down my block, and there was a house on the corner, perfectly fine, untouched. Then you hit two houses that are just leveled, and another house completely untouched. So at that point, it's kind of like it's 50-50, which sometimes can be amazing odds and sometimes not so good. We're getting closer, and I see my neighbor's house, and it's perfectly fine. Our house was gone. Pulled in, and everybody in the car broke down. I started shaking. My wife was she was crying pretty loudly. She had a scream because she was in the back seat with the kids. I got out of the car, kind of dropped to my knees, and we're just kind of video chatted my family, and I showed them, and they were asking me how the kids were doing. So I opened up the van door, and that's whenever I took that video of Addison.
Why are you crying, Mommy?
She said, I want my house. Where'd my house go? And I think that's what brought me up the post, because in that moment, I was thinking of all the stuff that they lost. My 3-year-old, for example, her and my 1-year-old, that's all they've known. Of all the stuff that they lost, like, they don't understand the financial side of it. She was asking about her favorite teddy bear and her puzzle. She loves puzzles. She says, Daddy, my puzzles. And I'm like, why didn't I grab some of that stuff for her? I know I can buy it again, but it's like, it's her thing. I hate thinking this way, but I pictured Monday night, whenever we first drove through that smoke. I'm like, what if it would have got bad that night when we went to bed? We were all tired. What if we wouldn't have got out? And like I said, seeing the kids' beds there, and just thinking of the worst. I thought how blessed we were to, at least we were awake and we got out of there and everybody's okay. I can't replace the memories and everything else, but I just want them to have a place again sooner than later, because it took me several years to work and build to try to get what we had, and I feel like in some way I failed them because I couldn't protect what we had. It's definitely a new fear that has been unlocked.